people tuned in to watch World this morning. I happen to be Isha Rahan, and for all the audiences who have been tuned in globally to watch us live here on 10 a.m., we have in store for you a lot of brilliant things to discuss about the developments. Anytime I think about packing up my sweaters and putting away my jackets, the time it is sunny in the morning, it suddenly begins to rain at night, and it suddenly becomes being very windy at night, which is why I'm going to urge all Islamabadis to make sure to be cautious about the weather, because we still have not transitioned as of yet into summer. So make sure that you keep your warm clothes standby. If any case it hails or it rains or it becomes very windy. But we are going to be transitioning from the weather on to the global discussions which are being taken place. There have been developments regarding the Middle Eastern war. The US President Donald Trump has actually insisted that Iran was taking part in peace talks, suggesting that Iran's denials were because Iranian negotiators fear being killed by their own side. He told at a dinner for Republican members of Congress that Iran was negotiating and wanted to make a deal badly, but was afraid to say so because it was believed that their own people might be killed. Now we are going to transition from this on to what is actually happening in the White House. Caroline Leavitt was providing updates on the ongoing war in Iran, describing Operation Epic Fury as a complete triumph. During the White House press briefing, she reported that over 9,000 targets have been struck across Iran, emphasizing that the military's sustained pressure on Iranian forces. Leavitt also commented on Iran's current stance, saying that the country is looking for an exit ramp and recognizes that they are being crushed. And this was the statement of Leavitt, who definitely did tell the stance of the United States in regards of this brewing conflict. Now from that, I am going to move on to what is actually happening in Iran and what their viewpoint is in regards to the situation, and that is the Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said that on Wednesday that Iran wants to end the war on its own terms in a way that it ensures it will not be repeated. Araghchi said on state TV, at present Iran's policy is the continuation of resistance, adding that the country does not intend to negotiate, that so far no negotiations have taken place, and that he believes that the position is completely principled. We do have a guest who happens to be Director ISSI, Dr. Talat Shabir. Thank you so much for joining us today. Good morning.
Thank you very much for having me. Good
All
morning.
right, I'm going to get started straight into what is actually happening. We do know for a fact how the conflict is brewing within the Middle East. It is Iran, US, and the United States that are being engulfed within this war as of yet. We did hear about how the US did propose a 15-point peace plan towards Iran, and Iran has firmly rejected this peace plan. And I'm going to read out that what Iran actually did. It laid out its own 5 conditions to end the conflict. Number 1, it includes a complete halt to aggression and assassinations being conducted. Number 2, it is going to be including to ask mechanisms to be put in place to prevent war from reigniting once again. Number 3, Iran does want guaranteed payment of the war damages being conducted by the Israel and the United States. And number 4, the conclusion of the conflict from all fronts, and it includes other groups being instigated within the war itself. And number 5, the last point that Iran has in place for everyone, is that the international recognition of Iran's authority over the Strait of Hormuz. What do you make of this situation? Do you think this negotiation is going to take place?
Thank you very much. As the war gets into the 4th week, and we have seen in last 4 weeks that there was a lot of fog of war in which certain things were just hidden, and we were unclear as to what is exactly happening across Iran and in Israel. But there were claims and counterclaims by both the conflicting parties, Iran and Israel on one side, America and Israel on one side, and Iran on the other side. As it is said, after all the wars, all the conflicts will have to be decided on the table. So the negotiations are very important, and it's very welcoming sign if it gets through. But given the situation, when we see, first of all, let's discuss how actually it unfolded. The United States and Israel attacked Iran with two objectives initially. The objective one was regime change, uh, and objective two was killing of leadership or elimination of leadership. The first step that they expected was elimination of leadership and then regime change.
Pakistan Super League 11th edition, which is being started today as of yet. The 11th edition of the PSL will commence from today, and the opening match will be played between. Full to have you share your enthusiasm and interest of sports with us. A healthy smile is not just about the looks. Your pearly whites also depict your health and how to stay healthy and sharp and clean. This summer we do have a guest with us in studios today. She happens to be a doctor. She happens to be Dr. Maria Nazim, a dental surgeon. Thank you so much for joining us today on World This Morning.
Thank you for having me.
It's wonderful to have you, and I'm going to get started with oral hygiene, right? We all think, oh, just brush twice a day or just floss and use mouthwash, but how important is it to brush properly? I mean, there's different techniques to brushing, there's different timings of brushing. Please let us know how to maintain our oral health.
Actually, brushing is very important, so is flossing, but many people don't know how to brush, when to brush, or what's the frequency of brushing. So what I tell my patients is like brush after breakfast and brush before sleeping. And there is a specific angle of the toothpaste. You have to place your toothbrush at a 45 degrees angle between your gums and teeth, and you need to swipe down. And for the lower teeth, you need to swipe up. And for the floss after every meal, like the recommended technique is to floss before brushing. First flossing, then brushing, then if you want to use a mouthwash, then you can use it.
And make sure to join us live tomorrow at 10 a.m. We will be back on World This Morning tomorrow. It was lovely.